Good morning, motherfuckers. Hi, Viz. Working for the man who yelled at me yesterday. Oh, pathological lies. I don't think he liked it when I laughed at him. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well. I'm up fucking early. What is the time? Oof, 1:47. I wonder what poor cunt the Australian government's locked up today for talking. They'll start with the racists. They'll actually start with them. And then they'll whittle down to people like me much later. Please forgive if any of my videos get taken down. One needs to protect themselves. You'll notice from yesterday, I believe, I talk a little bit careful. It's not a word. Cautious. 1984. This is crazy. I used to listen to that crackpot Alex Jones, who, there's heaps of shit he said that was true though. Alex is no good when he's drinking. And like keeping that kind of crazy contained, like he does well, really. InfoWars. By now. I actually think he's a good fella and incredibly enlightened, that is batshit crazy, super intelligent, batshit crazy, and the world needs more of them. Sandy Hook though, oof. Families, bro, families. If that was one of my kids, you would have been in trouble. Like, anyway, so I deleted Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. I set an alarm to download it, to delete it, and a girl got in 1 minute before it was to be deleted. I was talking to a friend at the time. I was like, oh, is this a sign? Is this the universe giving me a sign? Is this why I read the Quran? You guys will never get me. I heard the other day in the English translation, beat your wife softly. My Muslim friend said it was with a feather. I haven't heard anything about a feather on a stick yet. I think beating anyone with a feather on a stick is softly. I'd call it playful. Beat. I want to learn Arabic, so I actually hear that's a commitment. I'm going to read the Quran and learn Arabic. Anyway, I digress. So this girl got in. I was talking to a mate at the time who I met off Hinge. Very good girl. I'm glad I went through all of those annoying bitches just to find her. Megan, you're amazing. And and that conversation I had about your children yesterday was hilarious. One in particular. And so this girl came through. So I got her on the phone. She didn't know if I was a ploy or not. I think she realised pretty quick that I was a pretty serious guy in general. I've got rules, for me and for other people. And I hold everyone to the same rules. everyone. That's why I've got way less friends now. But the friends I do have are amazing. Like, you know who you are. And I actually call you friend as opposed to mate. If anyone ever takes notes of the conversation, I use friend, not for everyone. I don't use it very often. So, conversation at one point went well. She repeated some words that other women have said to me. They find me intimidating, which I think's funny, because I am a gentleman in every sense of the word these days. I've made a woman cry. I'm that sweet. It's not hard. Just talk with your heart, yeah? And find out what they really like. Give it to them. They deserve it. They are beautiful, annoying, fucked up creatures that'll do your fucking head in if you pick the wrong one. A friend who will not be named. And remember our chat. And like, serious, remember. I don't do that for many people, eh? And yeah, so I set a date because I reckon I lost her. Because I can't be bothered anymore. Like, I can't. I'd rather have a wank. And they're just all fucked up. Like, they really are. And I don't want a 27-year-old anymore. If you're watching, sorry. Was it 28? Can't remember. Yeah, they're all wounded deeply, and they don't fix themselves. They use medication. You know, they accept it's okay, it's not okay. You should fix yourself. No one else can, including the pills. You deserve to be the person you're always meant to be, to live life without fear and regret. I have very few regrets. Very, very, very few. One regret. One. I have actually spoken about it. One. Thankfully, I didn't do it for too long, but I did it. Don't give your kids trauma through the shit that you're dealing with their fucking mother. Your shit is your shit, yeah? Don't do it now. Very different now. I approach things very differently. Anyway, so I set a date for the 31st, Saturday. I told her the cafe I'd be at between 12 and 12:30. I heard kids in the background, so she's got kids. And I'll be sitting there with a long black, waiting patiently, and a rose. I know, I'll find a pretty flower that day, just one. I know where I'll get it from. And I'll tell you the story why. I'll get it from there shortly. And yeah, let's see what comes of that. The message I wrote her was quite beautiful. I was quite proud of myself. I don't really have a filter. So it's gonna, I don't even know if this works sometimes. The reason why I'll get that flower from the particular florist was I went for a walk yesterday. I got some shit from Vic Markets. Cool place, I like it. I like quite a few of the people there. I like the peeps. That was after I met that crazy fucker in the photos. It was really interesting talking to him. And I told him what I wanted to do, and he said he's already doing it. I'm going to find out he's crazy on tonight in Chapel Street. I thought he was trying to pick me up. He started showing me photos of his ex-missus, and no one that hot is right in the head, eh? She had fucking crazy all over her. But he had great delight in showing me some type of scan, and you could see his giant cock, eh? I thought I took a photo. It was he was a funny cunt, eh? So, after talking to him, I was getting coffee at the time, and I was vaping, and then he made a comment about me vaping, and he had a crazy vibe to him. Like, he was interesting, wearing his scarf and shit. But anyway, smoked a couple of his cigarettes. Smoking's bad, kids. I think it's better for you than vaping, but yeah. And so after talking to him, I went around, I got some crystals, I got a silver necklace, because I just wear certain crystals on me, whether it does anything. I like them. And there's always crystals in my pocket, always. Always. I like them. And my head feels funny if I go towards one particular crystal in a shop. Like, funny, like, not. Anyway. And, like, it's weird. It's weird. I stay away from it. I should probably find out which particular one, but it's in a particular corner. So, and then I got a shot of ginger, lemon, and cayenne. It's fucking delicious, hey? And then talking shit to my Bangladeshi Muslim friends who made the fruit salad the date I went on. The chick turned out to be, we've got the best colour, best language, best religion, best civilization ever. Whites. That was her. Wow. And then I stuck my hand in my pocket and I couldn't find my Bose $450 fucking headphones. Exhausted all efforts. I was like, oh, if they're gone, they're gone. And, but they're $450. That hurts. Like, and so I went back to this coffee shop and I was like, have you guys by any chance seen those headphones? The guy goes, no. I was like, oh, they're gone. And this quirky Italian chick that I've met twice now, maybe 3 times. Twice. Something beautiful about her too. She's cool, she's cool. She hands them over to me. I was like, oh my God, can I buy you something? She goes, nah. I was like, they're worth $450. Can I buy you something? She's like, nah, I don't want it. I was like, oh, okay. So I was trying to think what to do. There was a florist just down. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to get that chick flowers. And so, because that's nice. It's nice. I like flowers. I'm sure she'll like flowers. I walked in, and again, I met some cool people, or I just look at people differently these days. And there was a chick working away, bad skin, peace on her face. Like, she was loving what she was doing, eh? Couldn't speak English because I was asking her, how did you get into this job? You know, flowers, beautiful things. She was a beautiful girl. There's something amazing about her. And then she's like, care? And this dude stuck his head around. And I said to him, I was asking her, much like you, like, flowers are beautiful and amazing. And your job, you make these things, make them all pretty or whatever, and you give them to people and they smile. Like, I've never met anyone until yesterday that ever didn't like flowers and rejected them until yesterday. And even he softly smiled. And he was like, yeah, like, bro, he was into it, eh? Like, he was into it. It's cool. It's cool. Looked over and seen a vase. I was like, that too. Let's make it pretty, yeah? Pick these. There's a beautiful, soft scent. They were purple. I like purple. And then he positioned it all nicely. He put some work into it, eh? And then I took them back and I said, thank you so much. Have some flowers. She goes, I don't want them. It's like, what? You don't want them? She goes, nah. I said, well, they're yours. If you don't like them, chuck the fucking things out. I was like, thanks for finding my headphones. I just walked off. And yeah, it's the first person I've ever met to refuse flowers. Didn't crack on, like, never. And I had a reason to give her flowers. And then, yeah, I was like, oh, well, fuck it. And then I was talking, yeah, I walked past later on, she gave me the biggest smile. So probably one of my gender really fucked her up, eh? Fellas, stop fucking good girls up. Stop it. I know we all hate our mothers a little bit for the fuck ups they made. Not hate, hate's a strong word. Resent. Mine was an interesting one. Not all bad, but mine was an interesting one. Most people don't know. Only one person ever seen it. When you grow up in families, we all have different upbringings, even in the same family. Different children, different upbringings. And none of them are alike. None of them. Especially in my family. I was the favourite child from my father. And yeah, my sister secretly resents me. Her partner. I went with a driver in once, and he told me stuff that Sarah said about me, and it was all true. I didn't ask for shit. I was just given it. Oh, mate, probably. I just had to like it. Dad got it for me. It's not what I needed, but I got lots of stuff. Made me not appreciate anything, and didn't set me up for a win in life. Other family members had it quite different to me, and I had it quite different with other family members. And if you're watching, if you notice, I'm being very respectful. And yeah, because I was favoured. My grandmother was a monster. She was buried on the 4th of March 2008, and it wouldn't surprise me if that cunt rotted everything around it. She was a toxic, horrible cunt of a woman. She was evil. She was evil. She was sociopathic or psychopathic. She was actually violent. And if you understand anything about psychopathy, she was violent and she couldn't control, or she could. She could control because she had it from people. But she could control, but she chose how to choose it. Who she chose. And my nana, she was an overbearing cunt of a woman who softened in her old age. I eventually won her over. People should learn to apologise and accept what they've done, I was not treated very nicely by one of my aunties on my mother's side, who I eventually won her over. She just dropped it. She was a cunt to me. She apologised though, on her deathbed, but she apologised. The last thing she said to me was like, "I'm sorry." And I said to her, "I forgave you a long time ago." And it was one of those earth-moving moments. But she did it. She did it. Kudos. It took a lot to say. I feel so peaceful right now. She did it. She did. I feel so peaceful. It's weird. Her sister, another one of my aunties, offered me a blowjob. Close family, right? I said no. Yeah. Father's side. We had my Uncle Colin. He was a good man. He was a good man. His wife was interesting. He picked his mum. And actually, she was always nice to me. Always. Only the stories. She was always nice to me. She was always, actually, Uncle Colin's wife was always exceptionally nice to me. But yeah, she was. Her two sons, they're interesting creatures. Most of the women in the family, all of them were fucked up. Like all of them. All of them. One actually apologised to me. She said sorry over a long time by breaking down those walls and talking to me like a normal person as opposed to someone she resented and really didn't like. And don't make your deathbed be the time that you want to say sorry, because it might be too late. Because if you're watching mum and dad I forgive you. But currently, if ever, most likely, always, that's all you get. And forgiveness is for me, not you. For me. You can't help who you are. You refuse not to change. You can't say that, And when people say they're not all bad, not all bad. Well, who was all bad? Hitler? I'm sure he was a nice guy. Sometimes. He loved animals. I'm sure he wasn't all bad. And he tried to wipe out a race of people. He's someone in Australia. If he was still around, I'd be like, no, don't do that. He doesn't deserve a jail, though. He should do to him like they used to do to blackfellas back in the day, when they thought it was a good idea to hang people just for being black. Those cunts, again, that law would be great for. What kind of a fuckwit? What kind of a fuckwit would, just because of the colour of your skin or your religion, so, wrong colour. If we are the master race, clearly we're not, some of us are not the intelligent. This guy's black, so we'll do this. Or Asian, or Jew, or any of it. Madness. What are we? You need to remember that thing inside of us that does that horrible, horrible, horrible shit, it's never gone away. It's still inside of us. We are capable of that. You need to remember that. We are still the same humans that did that. My fellow human, a distant cousin, we're all cousins, we are all capable of that. Some people are really good at it. I think Donald is an interesting fella. BB's an interesting fella. Religion out of it, you're a cunt. An absolute warmongering cunt. You're too busy killing your neighbours, so you won't be worried about me. But you're a cunt. Killing your own people too. Journalists. If people just it's funny how everyone gets tarnished with the same brush, chuck out the baby with the bathwater. I hear people say negative things about Jews, and it's not all Jews, mate. Just like America. Do you think they all want to have an arsehole orange man fucking behave the way he does? I saw an American the other day, he had no face. Told me an interesting story though when something spoke to him. So, kept on saying the story. I was like, what they say? He wouldn't tell me. I had to pull it out of him. And you gotta remember that they are being ruled by dictators. BB's not leaving. I don't know if Donald is. And, she does interesting stuff. But if there's one thing, Vladimir Putin does certain stuff. But if there's one thing I know, whatever she says, she does. And whatever Vlad, gangster, says, he does. And probably, if they say something, probably best you listen, because they're going to do it. They are men of conviction, and I would say integrity, because everyone knows China wants Taiwan, and they've, right or wrong, doesn't matter, right or wrong, that's what they want. At least it actually used to be a part of their, like Greenland was never a part of America. And they're going to get it. And no one's going to do nothing about it. Hopefully it's peaceful. Unfortunately, people are going to die. And I wish it didn't happen, but it's going to happen. You know, let's hope it's peaceful. Greenland, that will be peaceful. Wrong, but it'll be peaceful. They're already there. There's monitoring stations to track Russian submarines, marine movement. And also it's a great place for something to do with ballistic missiles, early radar systems. And it's got rare earth. No oil. It's funny, like people think America did Chavez because of the oil. The oil was the cream on the crop. Chavez was an interesting fella, and he pushed his luck a little bit too far. And America's America, but I don't actually know why they haven't said the truth of why they went in. Like there's actually nothing wrong with saying the truth of why they went in, and they were supporting, you know, like you can't have foreign powers in your back door. Like that was a game of yeah, like Chavez knew, but Chavez was also doing other things. He had particular people training there on an island. Pushed his luck a little bit too far. But they did mention about, you know, like when you trade your shit and with other foreign powers that the US isn't too friendly with, and you support terrorist organizations, maybe the drugs, maybe he was into anything, like maybe, but highly possible. I don't understand why they just don't tell the truth. But yeah, everyone assumes it's the oil. Donald even said, "Get our oil back." And there was trillions of dollars worth of oil there, but that wasn't the main reason. Because as long as they trade in US dollars, America's sweet. It's petrodollar. If you don't know what it is, learn about it. Because I've been talking for 34 minutes and 15 seconds. Learn about the petrodollar. Learn about the gold standard. That's an interesting one. What is money? Where does it come from? The value of it? How did it come to existence? What is money? Trade? Like, why do countries do what they do? You know, what does a country want? Does it want a large area of land with lots of resources? Because if that was the case, Russia would be the wealthiest country on this planet, and it's not. If you really, really, really look into why people do what they do, countries, and why America has naval bases all over the world, why countries must control certain shipping lanes, they must. It's not all about protection, it's also about force and control. Which is, yeah, but find out why. Find out why. Knowledge is power, and once you have it, no one can take it from you. And that is so important. So important. Because if you don't know anything, you're ignorant. But people pretend they know lots of stuff. I'm guilty of being a bullshit artist. You'll watch some of my shit, be like, this cunt's full of shit, eh? And sometimes I sound like a fucking retard. But I also read a lot, or do audiobooks. And I listen to a lot of really smart cunts, eh? I think I'm relatively intelligent enough to figure most shit out with the right information. Pretty switched on there. I'm definitely no Albert. I don't have the haircut for it. And I'm still yet to read a book on astrophysics that someone gave me from Neil deGrasse Tyson. If you're watching, I haven't even read one page. Not even one page. I will though. So anyway, this is a long one today. People actually watch. It blows my mind. The inner ramblings of Henry. So, hope everyone's doing well. And maybe people should try this. Because I use this like counselling. Because I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I don't know if you've noticed. I watch it once. I send it. And then I delete it. Try it. Might help you. Maybe. Peace and love to everyone. Try not to be a cunt. Gotta remember, when someone's being a fuckwit, just look at them as a child with unresolved issues. Like my fuckwit boss. Like, pure narcissist. Pathological liar. Like, it's amazing. They think they're smart. It's amazing. People think they can talk to you however they want because they pay you money. Your day's coming, cunt. I just get another job. I could give a fuck about you, you dumb cunt. But I'll play the game. I'll play the game. He who laughs last laughs hardest. EBA rates are EBA rates, like, and I'm really good at what I do. People are idiots. I'm guilty of that myself sometimes. Anyway, much love, and you cunts have a great day. While you're sleeping, motherfuckers.